Hey friends, so today our theme for Black Lives Matter Week is to talk about intergenerational Black families. And what that means is talking about families, not just like moms or dads and kids that live together, but like grandparents, aunts, uncles, and how we have these families that go back. We have great aunts and uncles, we have great grandparents. So a lot of us don't just have small families, but we have big families. And how do those families interact? What makes them special? And I was thinking about a book that I could share, and then I realized I have a book that we've read together more than once. It's one of the first books I ever shared with you, and it's called Grandma's Tiny House. And this, I think, is a great example because look, remember Grandma? She was having family over, and the whole story, her granddaughter is trying to figure out how we're all going to fit in Grandma's tiny house. And there's so much. She has such a big family, and they're all coming to celebrate together. And it's a counting story, but it's also a story that really shows a really good example of intergenerational Black families. So I'm going to go ahead and share it with you. And what I like about it is that you might remember that you've already heard it before. So this is a familiar story, and you guys already know that it's a great story. So, but maybe you'll look at it a little bit differently this time. So here we go. Just want to make sure you can see. Okay. Hopefully you remember this too. All right. Tiny in size, at the edge of Brown Street sits Grandma's old house, where we all go to meet. So her grandma's house is the place where her whole family comes together to spend time together. Look at all those pictures on the wall. Grandma's house stays small as the family grows. Will everyone fit inside this time? Who knows? One grandma waits in her big easy chair, while two turkeys send scrumptious smells through the air. Three neighbors knock on the brown wooden door with 4 pots of hot greens and ham hocks galore. 5 family friends strut straight up the stairs with 6 dozen biscuits and jam made of pears. 7 cool uncles stroll up in a line with 8 jugs of lemonade, ice cold and fine. 9 chatting aunties all head for the den, then set down the cheesecakes that add up to 10. 11 nephews join, slapping high fives and fumbling 12 sweet potato pies. 13 thrilled nieces burst in on the scene with 14 fresh honeydew, juicy and green. And who is that running? Last but not least, 15 hungry grandkids stampede to the feast. Is that how you run when you see your grandma? That's when the walls bulge. There is no more space. How will we all eat in this too tiny place? I know. She's whispering in Grandma's ear. We've stuffed this old house, but the yard's long and wide. Why don't we move our big dinner outside? So out skip the neighbors, nephews and nieces, while uncles and aunts lug dinnerware pieces. Friends grab the tables, grandkids grab the chairs. They bring the food down Grandma's back stairs. Perfect in size, at the edge of Brown Street sits Grandma's backyard, where we all go to eat. And I just want to zoom in. Look at that big family. Grandkids and grandma and aunts and uncles and neighbors and friends. Family. Okay, so that's the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed that story. I really like that story. I like it because it's not just a counting book, but it's also it's just a sweet story about family. Does it make you think about your family? One of the things we do in school is we make connections between text and ourself. And if you have maybe a summer barbecue or family reunion that you've gone to, or maybe a holiday where when you get there, you see all those kinds of family, and maybe your family's so big you don't even fit in the house, that's a connection that you can make to the text, the story. So it's important when we're reading stories and listening sometimes to make those connections and think about how you have something in common with the characters in the story. You thinking about that? All right. So today's exercise in your packet looks like this, and it says, draw your family in the hand. In each finger, there's all these fingers on the hand, write how they show you care and love. For example, like making dinner or reading with you, or maybe building Legos or something like that. And then your family is represented in this hand. And of course, if you do a really cool picture to go with this and you want to share it with me, I would love to see it. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you enjoy spending some time thinking about your family and how you have things in common with the family in this book.